Hello, I hope that you can hear me. I got the chat box open so you can talk to me over there. I'm not going to open up the video, and I'm not going to open up a panelist today. I just want to talk to you for a few minutes, not real long. I don't want to take up a lot of your time today, but I do want to just kind of speak into your mindset, into your thinking. I want to welcome you, first of all, to the Freedom Seekers. This is Angela Brooks. I am your host. I'm your platinum leader that is doing these calls. I'm doing them every Monday. I'm doing them as much for you as I am for myself because I believe in accountability. And I believe that when people say they want to have training, the ones who are serious are the ones who show up. So I don't open this to every single body. I had to fill out a form. I had people do some things to get into the group. And then after I got folks into the group, then I saw I needed to shift. And that's what we do in our business is we test, trial, and we shift as we need to. And one of the things that I shifted was there were people coming into the group that just wanted to be a part of the group, which I thought was fabulous, except I want you to be on your game and serious, because that's how you build business. And I don't think that just hanging out and being silent is going to build your business like you want it to be built. Something that I had an interesting conversation with a young lady. Let me go ahead and drop my slides up. There we go. I had a conversation with a lady this week that is what got me on the topic about that we're doing today. And, I want to talk about the foundation to your success. There's simple lessons to success if you're going to do it right. Do it right from the beginning and do your very best. I think, in my personal opinion, your success begins in your thinking. And you can't succeed until you think it is possible for you to succeed. And until you actually believe that you have a chance to make this work, then it's not going to work for you, because your belief is showing up every day in your business. So, operating from a position of belief, to me, in my opinion, is the very foundation of your success in network marketing. And just some of the areas you must establish belief in right now before you do anything fancy whatsoever is believe in the profession of network marketing. Believe in your company, your opportunity. Of course, we're all here. We're in Young Living. And the company is solid. It's been here for 20 years, and it continuously grows every single year. And I've been with them for 7 years, and it's just mind-blowing, the shifts and changes this company has gone in since I've been here. And, you've got to believe in your products. You got to know that they work, because if you don't believe that they work, the person that you're talking to about them will feel your energy, and they'll be going, I'm not sure that's something I want to do, because they know if you believe it or not. And the very last person that you have to believe in is yourself. Understand this and let this sink in. Your profession of network marketing is an opportunity that most people don't really grasp the whole concept. It's where it is the lowest overhead business that you can join, with a no ceiling whatsoever in the income that you can make. All of that is up to you and what you put into it, how much you learn. I personally am a big, big believer in education, because you can't think like a business owner if you've always been an employee. And once you start working for yourself, there's no one tapping on your shoulder begging you to go to work. They're not going to beg you to go to work. Nobody cares. Your account is one that is going to be the one that notices if you don't show up. Let me, come on, change pages. There's 6 ways that I believe that should shift your belief in what you're doing. There's 6 different ways to build belief. And that's immerse yourself in success, actively build your knowledge and put it to, I don't think I am recording. Am I recording? Make sure I'm doing that. Oh, it is recording. Awesome. Come on, go back. Create and collect stories from other people when yours isn't quite where it needs to be just yet. Take action on everything that you learn. Practice, 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 and regularly attend events. I believe that your foundation into building your own personal belief into what you do is right here. My page didn't want to turn, so I have to do it manually. When I say immerse yourself in success, belief grows as you do. And if you're not doing anything to grow your knowledge, to be around people that are more successful than you are, that actually kind of intimidate you or even to that level, is what I'm talking about. And those are the people that are the most supportive, the most encouraging. And I promise that when you get around people that make you uncomfortable, because, you know, we have folks on a pedestal that they're better than I am. It's not that they're better than you. It's that they stayed in the game and they educated and they learned and they immersed themselves into their success. And belief grows as you do. That is a given, because I could not be where I'm at today if I didn't have a little bit of belief. I was scared to death when I got started in education, because I'm like, I don't know if I have the skills. I don't know if I can learn this stuff. You know, you're working at home and you're in your own little bubble. So you have to put yourself around people that are larger than you are, so that you can grow into a different level of thinking. You know, what you read, what you watch on TV, what you listen to. I used to think all that was a bunch of hooey, and it makes a dramatic difference in your consciousness by what you are ingesting into your body, through your ears, through your eyes, through the people that you surround yourself. Not too long ago, I had to have, well, I didn't try, I did, had lunch with some girls that when I was I'm not going to say broke mom, because I had a good job. I had insurance. I had a house. I had food on my table. I just needed that extra $500 a month. And when I hung around those girls, we had a good time. We would go to each other's house and we would cook 1 or 2 nights a week, so that we were each support. We all had small children and our kids played together. And I just wanted to hang out with the girls, thinking, oh, that would be fun. And so we all go out to dinner, and I'm sitting there going, I can't have a conversation with this, because my mind had shifted and theirs was still where it was 20 years ago. And it was really sad to me, because I did not know how to have a conversation with them hating their job, still mad at their ex, still working paycheck to paycheck, and they're doing nothing to make any of that shift and change. So the best piece of advice I can give you is to become a sponge, a student of success, and, study network marketing. Separate yourself from the negative and unsupportive people that you have attached yourself to, and to those that support you and lift you up. I don't know if you were on the webinar that I did this past Thursday. We had some really good feedback on that webinar. We're going to redo that again this coming Thursday, so you're welcome to come and join me there. But believing in yourself is huge. Another way is actively build your knowledge and put it to use. Knowledge is power. When you learn and you put it into action and apply it to things that you learn, or you can learn stuff and go, oh, that was good, that was super excellent, and do nothing with it, and it served you in no particular way whatsoever. So there's a phrase used that we've all heard, is knowledge is power. And all by itself, knowledge is virtually useless. I mean, it's nice to have, don't get me wrong. It's the application of the knowledge that makes the biggest difference. So be sure that when you learn, when you come to these kind of calls, if you're not taking notes, if you're not putting things into action that we talk about after the call, then these calls are pretty much useless for you. And I want them to serve you in a large way. I want them to be very helpful to you. But I can't make you. That's something that you have to want to do. I got all kinds of notes laying here, and I want to get through these 6 real quick. Not going to hold you. What time is it? We still got plenty of time. Create and collect stories. Belief grows when the results show up, and those are super easy to talk about. And your energy expands, your chest goes back, and your shoulders go back, and your face says that, oh, look at my results. I don't care if it's with products or business, your belief will grow when your evidence shows up in results. And trust me, that's when business gets really, really fun, is when you see things starting to happen that you've done, that you've shared with somebody else, and they come back and they give you this amazing story. If it's not your story, you can still use it. A lot of people think that all the stories they tell have to be about themselves, and it doesn't. You know, like we were at an event, and Taylor was talking up front, and all of a sudden she started talking about this mom who had built their business on their lunch break, and did it very part-time and became a six-figure earner. And I was like, gosh, that sounds like me. And of course she looked directly at me and laughed, and she said, yes, I'm talking about you. And I'm like, oh my goodness, because we had had a conversation right before she went on stage, and she used my story, and she told my story to the audience because it built on what she was already going to be talking about. So you can share other people's stories even though it's not your own. But the only thing that I asked is to take action, work on building your business, and create your own story. And that may not come to you straight up front. But if you want to know if it works, let me just tell you that I never gave my story credit until I started going to a mastermind retreat with Ray Higdon. We were down in Tampa, Florida, and it hit me like a ton of bricks, because I was like, I wasn't clear on what my story was. And Taylor and I were just having conversation, and she's going, what made you start in network marketing? And I'm like, it wasn't the product. That's not what brought me here. Actually, I was already in another company, and I was at a training sitting by Dr. Mary Starr, who had all this stuff sitting on the table. And I'm like, what is all this stuff? She was oiling up because she was trying not to get sick, and, you know, from traveling. And she shared some of her Ninja Red, and she shared some of her peppermint. And I was like, whoa, this is pretty cool stuff. And I was in a company that was already going downhill. It was slowly closing. So I was open to see what she had to offer. And I joined her, you know, sitting right there in the training room. And she got an email, and she said, did you just join me? And I said, I did. And I ordered like $300 worth of stuff. Had no clue what oils were. Didn't know what the Ninja Red was. I didn't know any of that. But my story was that my husband and I worked night shift. I worked extremely part-time. Most of my business was run from my son's baseball field. And we worked swing shift so that we did not have to put our kids in daycare. So I chose mom care over daycare. And that's what drove me into network marketing, because I saw the potential. I knew people who were bringing in this insane amount of money. And I'm like, how are they doing it? What are they doing? And their story is what I leaned on until I realized that I had my own, and it had nothing to do directly with the product. It was me. It was what it was that I needed for network marketing to do for me. And that's the story that I share, not that how wonderful peppermint was in that meeting, or that Ninja Red pepped me up after we had had a high carb lunch. But it was the fact that it was something I could do for home, and it related to me as a nurse, with products that I could share with people and feel good about. Again, I'm talking about taking action, consistent daily action. Some people put their business on hold on the holidays. They put their business on hold for Christmas. On the weekends, you know, they just work it whenever they feel like it. I work mine every day. There's not a day that I go with nothing in my business. Now, I may not work all day. I'll never work all day, except when I was building my webinar out. I worked, you know, several days in a row on it. But that's not the normal. The normal is I get up, I do my hour in the morning, hour or two in the afternoon, depends on what's going on. Consistent action and effort in building your business directly is what contributes for you to grow and for your personal confidence to grow. I mean, you can't get good at something if you don't do it. And daily action, in spite of not knowing anything, helps you learn and earn as you grow in your beliefs. And, remember this, you don't need to know everything in order to get started. People think they come into this network marketing industry and they're supposed to know everything up front, and they're supposed to have a website that's gorgeous. They're supposed to be able to talk to people wonderfully. No, you learn and you grow in this business. That's what makes it so sweet, is that we don't have to know everything. Once we get started, we get signed up in our company with Young Living. It's $160. With tax and everything, it's like $171 and a penny. But, taking the action to learn, have good things coming into your mind so that you're thinking well and that you're growing your knowledge. Consistency will win every time. And the people who are at the top, just to give you a little tip on that, are the ones who did not quit. And that's the only reason they're at the top. It's easy to go to the top of network marketing when you stay in, you're doing action. I personally believe in talking to 5 people a day. And I don't mean shoving my products or my business in their face. I mean just having a conversation of 5 a day. 5 a day means that on my social media, I'm doing posts that are, you're not going to see me post a lot of Young Living products on my page, if ever, because I want to do curiosity posts that gets people asking me questions so that I can go to them in a private message, which is where I hang out, and Messenger. And that's where the conversation starts. I don't bring all my business to the forefront. I bring it in the back. And so, daily consistent action is huge. Let me get a drink of water. Another thing is practice. Regularly practice what you are doing, because that's what makes you feel confident. Confidence just simply comes from practicing what you do. And if you are not good at closing, if you are not good at talking to people, I highly suggest that you get into Rank Makers with Ray Higdon. Rank Makers, I think it's rankmakers.com. If not, I'll have to put it in the, I don't remember what his website is. But anyway, Rank Makers with Ray Higdon, it is $19 a month. I think he just closed the option that you can be a lifetime member, which was less than $300. For a lifetime member, access to Ray Higdon was insane. And I hope some of you got in on that, because it's he does a daily video every single day. He talks about talking to people who are open, how much time you spend on people, and so that you're not doing things that aren't progressive in your business. Here's another one, is regularly attend events. The more plugged in you are, the better off you're going to be. Events serve you in more than one purpose. A lot of people think, oh, I'm just going to go learn some more stuff. But let me tell you, it's just being inside the environment of the events. It fosters your belief. You don't even have to really try. You come out of there, you're full. You've fed off other people's energy. You've learned something new. You've got people that are like-minded. Trust me, that alone is huge. To sit and have lunch or dinner with people that are going after the same type business that you are, and then have a conversation with them, and they're going, you get me. You understand what I'm talking about. And it's huge. Once you're operating from a state of belief about your business model, your company, your abilities, you literally become unstoppable, and no one can touch you. They can't steal your knowledge because it's in you. And events serve that purpose, so that you're growing in your business and your beliefs all at the same time. You're hanging out with people who think like you, who are even in the same position, at the same level as you. Not everybody that goes to events are 6- and 7-figure earners. And actually, the best conversations you have are with people who are in the trenches, who are working. I have learned so much over dinner, hanging out at events, and I never have lunch or dinner with the same people. I always add somebody new to my table, because there's a couple of girls that we always hang out. But we make sure we bring other people to our table every single time. Let me see my notes. But this is how you build a solid foundation. This is how you build your network marketing in Young Living. The products come. The information on the products is in your head, but getting your belief in this stuff in place is what's going to carry your product to the next level. In fact, I heard Tony Robbins say when we were out in Vegas that success comes to 80% psychology, 80% psychology, and 20% is mechanics. You know, the products pretty much sell themselves. Once somebody builds a relationship with you and you have like real conversation and treat them like, like normal people, then they become attached to you and they want to work with you because they know, like, and trust you. So clearly you need both of those to succeed, psychology and mechanics. But when you start believing in yourself, people see it. They know there's a shift. All right, let me see. My next one, here you go. What makes people buy from you? To put it simply, when you make a person feel good, you're already moving in the right direction. Already. I have, gosh, I can't even tell you how many conversations that I have daily on social media where people connect with me and the first thing they want to do is just buy. They just want me to buy something from them. And it's like, okay, you followed me for this length of time. If you know me at all, then you know that I'm a leader in my company and that I'm not going to just drop everything I'm doing and go start over here with you. And, it's an immediate turnoff. But the way you make people feel, being genuinely interested and not interested in what people have to say, what they're doing, where they are in their life. You've got Facebook, and you can go look at somebody's page and see if they've had a sick kid or a sick parent, or if they've been on a great vacation, or, you can learn about so much about people on their Facebook wall that is like an open book, and people don't use that as data for them to start a conversation with somebody. It doesn't have to be about business for every conversation that you make. I start my day off with sending happy birthday to people. And when I first started hearing people doing that, I'm like, well, that's dumb. And then I realized the connection that it makes, because I know when it comes to my birthday in March, you're going to know it's my birthday because I tell everybody it's my birthday and I want cake and I don't necessarily want gifts. I just want to have fun on my birthday. And so I got to thinking, well, if I have that much fun on my birthday, why wouldn't other people feel the same way about theirs? And sure enough, I have a little snarky, funny message that I send out to people on their birthday, and they love it. And we have started so many conversations. As a matter of fact, last week I signed up a guy who had been following me for quite some time. I sent him that birthday message, and he said, I appreciate that you reached out to me and you didn't try to sell me anything. And I says, no, it's your birthday. You don't want to buy anything on your birthday. It says, happy birthday to you. And he is now in an offer that I have for people that aren't interested in Young Living. I've got MLSP, which is where I put my leads that don't want oils. I don't lose my leads. I just offer them where they are, what they need. Okay, my next one. Influence. What makes people trust you? Influence is defined as the ability to change attitudes, beliefs, opinions, or behaviors to a predetermined outcome. Leadership is influence. And when you've got people following you and you're starting to build your network and people are watching what you do, when I travel, I get tons of engagement because people like to watch what you do. They like to see your pictures. They like to follow along with your life. And when you travel, it draws people in. When I'm sitting at the ballpark, I'm taking pictures and, I let people see what I do daily, and it builds a connection that they're like, oh, you're like me. Like you're a mom hanging out with your kids, buying those gross hamburgers at the concession stand. And, That is the most effective tool that I have used in my business, is sharing my life. And I don't do, drastic details, and you don't have to either. But clearly, trust is built by telling the truth and letting people see that things are hard, that it's not always easy. And there's just never a time to exaggerate or go overboard or give yourself this big flamboyant title and to feel entitled. I don't want to have a conversation with somebody and go, buy my book, buy my program, buy my oils. I want to have real relationships, because at the end of the day, those are the ones that matter, truly. And some people miss that. So building your emotional bank account, like I've talked about all this time, look at your relationships this way. They are like banks, and you can't make a withdrawal from an empty bank account. You can't make a withdrawal from a relationship with no emotional deposits. And the only time that you can call and connect with somebody is when you want something from them. They're going to they're not going to like you too well. If every time you connected with somebody it was because you wanted something, they're going to go, oh, here she comes again. What is it that she wants? Make sure you're always making regular deposits. Just talk to 5 people a day with no agenda and see where it goes. Hey, I saw that you had a new puppy. Hey, I saw you got a new car. Hey, I saw you went on a trip, or your grandchildren came to visit. Looked like you had a great time. Just simple conversations. People will appreciate you, I promise. Make a call. Oh my goodness. Pick up the phone and call somebody and say, hey, you just ran across my mind. I just wanted to call and say hello. I don't have a lot of time. I just want to let you know I was thinking about you. Love you. See ya. I did it to my girlfriend the other week, made her cry. And I didn't mean to make her cry. She just had surgery, and I knew I was not going to visit until she was ready for company, because I hate somebody to flood somebody's home. I'm not a person when I'm in pain that I want a bunch of people in my house. So I told her, when you're ready for me, I'm coming to visit, and I'm bringing pie. We're going to sit and eat pie with our spoons. But, that made her cry, because she said, you're the only one that's called me. And I was like, ouch, ouch. Send a text message to a friend. Say something nice. Hey, hope your day's going great. Just thinking about you. It doesn't have to be business, people. Just got to be hello. Random phone calls, random small gifts. Invite them to lunch, coffee, or run by their job. Drop a cup of coffee off to them. It's fun stuff that makes the hugest difference in your business. Next training, we're going to talk about breaking the ice and building rapport, and 4 ways to get a conversation started. Understanding the 3-foot rule, removing the pressure for better performance, and finding mutual commonalities and connections so that you can build this business fun, your way, and not be chasing people down out in the parking lots and putting crazy flyers on the wall. But I want you to be able to build smart. I don't want it to be, it doesn't have to be hard. This is a fun business. And that is all I have for you today. I will upload this, drop it in the group, and I will see you next Monday. If you have any questions at all, drop them in the group, or you can send me a message, either one. Y'all have a great afternoon, and I will talk to you soon.